The numbers are changing.
Okay, here we go. This is for you. Bottom tips of the shoulder blades. You already know this, right? Hands are here. You're lifting the hips up a little and you're rolling. You know your hips have to get a little higher if you're going to get way up in here, right?
Yes.
So that's what you do up in here. So while you're doing the shoulder blades, go ahead and take the time to let the knees go right and left for sure, but then let them ultimately go over right and left so that you land on your side and you're working in here and in here. Got your elbow down maybe and you're working in here. Maybe you're resting your head and you're working in here. So it's a good moment to get that whole rib cage to open up. Right? So you work like so. Then this is an area you haven't been used to. There's the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. We want to get the whole rib cage below the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. So you've got to look between your knees. You have to stay up and you have to work in here. You looked good with your hips down, right? And then we were just doing some of this. And then I said, bring your feet in, go a little lower, right? And then you did some more. And then I said, bring your feet in, go a little bit lower. And then we did a little bit more. And we kept traveling like that until we were absolutely at that final rib. You'll feel it. Because that's when you can put your arms back here. You'll get this. I know you will. Take a good breath in. Over the top. But you got to be down there pretty low, right? You know the alternate way to get in there. Then you can go forward in here at the waist. You know about this, especially on the left side, just breathing and working. And then you get a little bit lower, maybe 3 or 4 inches, so the roller's behind the sacrum. We're going to focus on 3 stretches while you're in here. This one, you're going to notice the left psoas is tighter. Go ahead and let that lengthen and open, and let that arm come up and overhead and get that guy stretched out. Then also, you're going to get your hamstring, which also is tighter on the left, but here you can do the right hamstring. Circle those ankles around. Get yourself mobile in there. And then you're going to do that on both sides. And then also on both sides, you're going to put the outside of the ankle on top of the opposite thigh. You're going to let the legs drift in, and you're going to feel this deep stretch in here. And you're just going to breathe into that. Also, you'll feel that one more on the left. That's good. And you just come back, push the roller out, and then you're ready to roll these legs. Let's see if we're going to get you on the left one. So front of the legs, you look really good on. You know what you're doing. When you're ready to do, especially that left leg, you're going to frog leg up on the right and really kind of get in here. See what you can do. This is going to be the worst part. Then you're ready to really get on the side of it. You're just going to let yourself come down. And then let this leg come on top, maybe here. And then you're just going to slowly just breathe and roll on different places, especially from the middle of the leg down toward the knee. That's where the worst of it was. So you just find your way to be here. It'll take some experimenting before you get used to it, but you don't have to hold yourself up with your hands. You just be here and breathe and keep finding. This will be the worst thing that you do pain-wise. Then you're done with the rolling. You might grab that Pokeball. Several things you can do there. You're already used to working in the waist. That's a good spot to work, especially left. In the upper hip, on the left. And then if you want to work down deep in the hip where it's been bugging you, it's much easier to sit up. Put that ball right to the outside of the sit bone and then just kind of lean into it there. Maybe eventually coming up and really rolling in it this way. Right? But you don't have to. You can be right here, just getting into it. So that's all the rolling. Then you come back down and you rest for a little bit. Equal weight on the ball and the heel of the foot. Equal weight so that you can just rest. Start thinking about that psoas that starts on the inner thigh, sneaks over your pelvis, dips inside, comes all the way over and attaches in the back body. Pork tenderloins, think about them filling on the inhale, then exhaling and just releasing back. Filling and releasing and just resting in constructive rest for a little bit, getting ready for the stability work. You can also jiggle a little bit, both of these things before and after you work hard. You can move your feet forward an inch or two so there's more weight on the heels, and then just press into the heels. See how I'm pressing into the heels? And just creating this jiggle of relaxation. After you've rested and you jiggle a little, then you're ready to start visualizing on the exhale, the psoas drawing in and snugging to your center, the deep abdominals dropping back, the pelvic floor drawing up, shrink wrapping the whole lower body on the out breath, prolonging the out breath with pursed lips. So you can just go inhale, exhale, all of that drawing in and up. When you feel like you've got it, then you can think, okay, this left leg knows how to do this. So I'm just going to practice shrink wrapping on the exhale. After at least half of the exhale is done, then I can think, I'm going to start to imagine picking up this foot. Maybe by the third one, you can actually pick it up, right? Third breath, oh boy, I can pick it up. And you're studying what I'm doing on this left side. Then when you're ready, the more challenged side, same thing, this exhale and just drawing that foot up, trying to do the same thing sequencing-wise that happened on the left. So a couple minutes of work, just really turning on with the imagination, the breath, the muscles, this deep core stability, so that when you stand up, you're like already starting to think about it a lot. This is a good reminder for home of how to think about it, snugging these up in here, so that even when you're standing, you're thinking, okay, I'm drawing in the pelvic floor, drawing in the deep abdominals, snugging up the psoas, and even when I'm walking, every exhale is a new chance to snug up as I exhale. You can also use these, of course, brushing your teeth, emptying your dishwasher, walking through the house, putting on your favorite tunes, and just moving around. And then remember, when you're done, when you've had enough of the stability, you just shake it out and let yourself release. I think that's it, right? So you can hit that red button.